They're all trying to maneuver and place themselves. You're talking about a potential candidate field of 12, 15, 25 people in the Republican Party. They've all got to position themselves. And you see people racing to stake out certain positions. And the one guy who's doing this the most, who's trying to be the social conservative candidate this time around, is Mike Huckabee. So Mike Huckabee is sort of like on a tour to just say, I don't know, the most socially conservative things he can come up. Here's Mike Huckabee on Mickelson in the Morning, an Iowa-based radio show. And he talks about how I couldn't believe he's just a country boy. And he went up to New York City and to Fox News, and he was just blown away.
And you went from small town America, Midwest. You went to the center, the pulse of the political class. Did you go through any culture shock, or did you know what you were in for?
Absolutely a cultural shock, Jan, and that's part of what I really get into at the very beginning of the book, and I explain how this book came about. 6.5 years of traveling to New York every week to work. I mean, it's one thing to go as a guest, a visitor, a tourist. If you go to work and you're in that sort of, I guess, hotbed of the New York culture for a while.
Hotbed. For
someone like me, I thought, man, this is a different planet. And I came more and more to realize that the cultural divide is significant. And just a small example. One of the chapters is the culture of crude. I was shocked that you go into New York.
It's ethanol here, by the way. It's not.
Yeah. But yes. It's one of those things where in a business meeting that you might have in the South or in the Midwest there in Iowa, you would not have people who would just throw the F-bomb and use gratuitous profanity in a professional setting.
Right.
In New York, not only do the men do it, but the women do it. And, you just are looking around and saying, my gosh, this is worse than locker room talk. This would be considered totally inappropriate to say these things in front of a woman, and for a woman to say them in a professional setting, we would only assume that this is a very, as we would say in the South, that's just trashy.
Oh, my God. I can't believe women swear? Are you kidding me?
I mean, I was shocked to see them in the workplace to begin with.
That's right.
But to know they're swearing there, too.
Did you realize that these women were actually paid to be there?
In the South, you would say, now, I don't want to be rude here, but I don't want any of them colored folk in my establishment of business. And you say it in a very polite, non-profanity-laced manner.
I do declare, what is all these ladies and freed black men doing here in this workplace? My, we certainly have stooped quite low here, haven't we?
Hold on one moment. Judge, I would like you to squash the charges against my son for torturing and murdering that dog. Nothing that we all haven't done in a moment of youthful indiscretion.
You know,
now back to the Obama's parenting skills. Exactly. They're horrible.
Yes. You know, Your Honor, he clearly was infected by the culture of New York run amok here, where, the dog torturing is promoted at the workplace.
That New York music, too.
You know,
that
I'll tell you
Beyonce
something.
And
I'll tell you
Jay-Z.
this, it strikes me. She says, like, it's one thing visiting there, but when you have to go into the hotbed of, you know what occurred to me? Having an affair. Had an affair.
Yeah.
I was leaving my wife, and it really took me a while to adjust and get my feet.
That's no idea how much of a turnout it is when women swear.
I had no idea. It took me a long
idea
time.
until I came to New York.
Ladies, please. Unbelievable. So Huckabee's pretending that he's... Can you imagine someone Huckabee's age, growing up all this time, had never, ever encountered women who were swearing? Wow. Gosh, I'll tell you, the heartland really is better. Ladies aren't swearing there.
If you are torturing dogs, I
Right.
can't get over that. I mean, that is just like an actual act of evil. Like, people are constantly harping on all this nonsense. And his son, and his son was like 18, 19. It wasn't even like something that you could. I don't even know if I'd dismiss if you were a kid.
That
Yeah.
is a youthful indiscretion. Boys will be boys.
Especially after they visit Times Square. I
I'll
had to
tell
clear
you.
all the dogs away from him after he saw that satanic blight. By the
Exactly.
way, have you ever heard a woman say the SH blank T word?
Yes,
Let me tell you, the loins of Satan will roil.
I mean, this is a guy who literally sings songs with a guy who has songs about having sex with underage girls.
Who's this, Ted Nugent?
Yeah.
Those songs are for white folk who are of age. Entirely
That's
different
right.
matter.
Very different.